Let's talk about how I take this sketch and turn it into this one in 20 minutes. Of course, it's possible thanks to Vizcom, which is an AI platform which helps you a lot with your design process. By the way, they sponsored this video to show you my workflow, so thank you for that. So I just opened the new Vizcom file and I imported my sketch here. Then I go to the create to write a prompt, for example, supercar concept design. Let's keep it even that short to try to see what will happen. I'm gonna decrease the drawing influence to 85 and pick number of images as 4. Then I will hit generate to see some results. And as you can see, the results are not good, not even usable honestly. The reason is my input sketch here. Not the prompt, not the drawing influence, like we can make it 50% and hit generate. Let's see what will happen. I'm guessing that now we will go further than the sketch. So as you see now, it more looks like the prompt, like supercar concept design, because it's nothing like the sketch. The sketch was from the rear view. So I'm gonna cancel these. So let's say this is the tip number 1. Don't upload your sketches when they're a little bit chaotic like this. I mean, when you sketch on paper, it's fine. You can exaggerate the wheels. You don't need to finish the sketch. You can only maybe focus on some part of it. These are nice, tasty sketch feeling. But for putting it into AI, for rendering an image out of it, it's better to give a bit more data and give your message a bit more clear. So instead of this sketch, I just went to Photoshop and basically redraw the same sketch. And if you realize, you can see that the wheels are also fixed. Like here, the wheels are a little bit too big and kind of cropped on the bottom part. And here I made it a bit more realistic for rendering it. So then I go back to my create. I will keep the prompt same. Let's go to drawing influence again, 85%, and hit generate to see if we will get a better result this time. All right, honestly, it's not what I was expecting. It kind of considers that this is a big headlight area, but it's actually the side of the car. So let's cancel it and let's add a bit more text to our prompt to say the rear perspective. Let's hit generate again to see this time if it will work better. And now it's time to refine that. So we can go to this refine area. And the drawing influence, I can increase, for example, again, 80, 85%, let's say 80%. And I'm gonna hit generate one more time. So let's see the options. And now it adds more realism, a bit more details. Basically, it's refining the sketch. I personally like this one. Let's confirm this. So let's go back to our layers to see what was the difference. This is before refine, this is after refine. It gets more realistic, especially some parts of the car, but I still like the softness and like sketchy feeling of that one. So I'm gonna actually keep this one. Now let's talk about a couple of features. For example, I wanna change the background. It was not possible on the previous versions of Vizcom. Now I can go to the Inpainting tool and I can select the car. I'm selecting with my mouse, so it's not the best way, but let's try. I will also select the wheels, something like that. It's not so precise. I'm not even using my tablet, but I can hold shift to add additional selection, like in Photoshop. Or if I hold alt, okay, the alt doesn't work as in the Photoshop, but I can hold shift to select this area. After I did my selection, I can hit Ctrl I for invert selection, which is the new tool. And I can go to my create area, go to my render, and say something like, I don't know, where do we want this car to be? Let's say modern urban background, and let's hit drawing influence to 35% or even less because we don't have any drawing influence basically. So let's hit generate and let's get some background. Okay, this also added the car a little bit there. This one is better. It looks like okay, this one is nice, like on the road. This one feels a bit more like a rooftop to me, which is also cool. We can also use this one. Okay, I will keep this one. Let's confirm. And still my selection is selected. So I can still hit Ctrl I to go back to my car selection. And now I can go to maybe refine and say red sports car rear perspective. I mean, I will pick the drawing influence very high, like 95%. And I'm gonna hope that it will make it red. All right, I see that it will not get red. I already see the results here because of maybe rather than refine, we need to go with the, by the way, I like the results. It looks quite nice. So I don't want to just remove them. I want to also save them because it refined pretty cool. So to do that, by the way, if you don't want to confirm, you can go to here on the little new icon, which is called Add as Layer. So if I click on this, I didn't confirm this selection, so I can still select other ones, or I can just cancel it to go back to my previous image. This way in the layers, it created a new layer, but it's a hidden one. So without interrupting your workflow, you can add some variations to your layers to go back later. But anyway, here I think I need to pick render to get the red sports car instead of the current one. So I can go back to again 90% and hit generate. And I guess now it will be red because refine basically doesn't change much to original image. It's just refining it. But on the render, yes, it makes it red. Basically it worked. So I can pick one of them. I like the highlights here. Yeah, I think I will go with this one. So I'm going to confirm that one. Then I will go to refine and I'm going to hit generate again to make the quality higher this time. All right, let's see the results. I see here something is broken, but we're going to fix it later anyway. So let's say confirm. And I will go back to my brush tool to get rid of the selection tool. But honestly, I still like this one quite a lot. And this is the refined version. It's not so much different, a little bit more like a sharper image, I would say. Both are pretty cool. All right, the next thing I want to show you, I'm going to hide these layers. I will go back to my sketch layer only here. And there's something new. It's called reference images. It is really nice because now you can use your previous sketches from back in time, or you can use some reference images from online. And let's try how it will be. I'm going to go to render. I will keep the drawing influence 85 again. And now I'm going to add a reference image here. But where did I find reference image? For example, on Netcar Show, let's try this Toyota 2023 Sport Crossover Concept because I like this background things mostly. And the car is kind of white, gray, light gray, and the black windows. So let's see, let's save this image. Under the reference image, I'm going to hit this little plus icon. And I just picked my image here. So the important thing is here, if you don't select this image, somehow if you remove the selection, it will not use it. So on the reference image, be sure to select this image here. And you can change the influence how much ever you want. I will keep it 100% here. And let's hit not red anymore. I don't want it red anymore. Let's say concept sports car, rear perspective. Let's hit generate. All right, it is interesting, I would say. I see some problems here or there. So maybe I'm gonna cancel it for now to increase maybe the drawing influence. I will keep it 95% and hit generate again. Maybe that will be a better result. Okay, this one is better. Still there are some problems, but I think we get better results when we stick to the image more. Of course, it requires some more fine tuning. Like you can always confirm this, go back to your brush tool. I'm gonna, for example, pick a black color here. And I can say that this is not a car. So let's increase the brush size. I can just draw here black. I can even pretend like there's a shadow underneath. And I can just hit generate again. Getting better, but I see a lot of reflections happening here. Probably because of the Toyota has on the side also things happening, like there are some textures here, some surfaces happening. So maybe it also takes the design elements in that case. But I wanted to use only the background, so I can also, maybe we can try, like let's confirm this one. Let's go back to our sketch layer, and maybe we can decrease the influence to, let's say 60%, and let's hit generate again. So basically I experiment with different settings, different influence levels and different drawing influence, reference influence, and I see where it goes. And this is definitely a better option because now I think it kept the sketch more. Let's see also the other results. Yeah, I think that's definitely a better one because when I picked the reference image 100%, it was getting also design elements a lot. Now it takes more the colors and the background and so on. I quite like it. Let's say I'm going to confirm this one. So now I can also go to refine and refine this image to see where it will go. Let's say 85%. All right, it's not bad at all. I think it's at the level that I would already export this and put it into Photoshop. Let's confirm one of these. At the beginning of the video, when I mentioned that this process takes 20 minutes, I meant like, let's say 6-7 minutes goes with the Vizcom, or like 5 minutes goes with the Vizcom and the 15 minutes goes with the Photoshop. Like more or less that's the proportion. So rather than doing everything in real time, I just want to walk through about how it happened. So this was the sketch I took. And on Vizcom, I first generated this image. But the nice part is this image is generated not by a reference image, it's by a reference image, but a reference sketch of myself, which is this one. So I basically used this sketch of mine from 2018. It was a BMW sketch, and I used it as a reference image, and I'm pretty happy with the result. Like the contrast is a little bit lower and so on, but the colors, even the background, like I just put random brush strokes on this one. And Vizcom also kind of did similar, but it's more like a mountains. I quite like it. I mean, I can say they are similar style. And after coming to this stage, it's a very nice base. It's not like a finished feeling to me. I can refine it further probably, but I want to have more control after this point. I want to go to Photoshop, which is what I did. Here we are on Photoshop. First thing I do is just a sketching over it. Like it's very simple. I confirm these lines, for example. I don't want to change them because also they are from the original sketch. I just see what I would like to change. For example, here on this air outlet part, I would like to refine. So I just put like a white sketch lines with the brush. And here on the back, I was thinking, what can it be like? What type of design it can be? Originally, this sketch was for my Porsche project, but on this video, I wanted to do something else. So I thought maybe something like that, and it reminded me also Maserati. So I put some diffuser lines, and also here I put later 3 dots to symbolize Maserati's air outlets normally here, but I just put lights instead. So after putting these lines, I start color blocking. Basically, I pick the color from the sketch rather than only blacks and whites. For example, you can see here on the rear bumper area that I pick this color and paint it, this color to paint it. So it still continues the style of this painting style and using the correct colors thanks to Vizcom and the reference image feature. So after color blocking, I just put the shadows, I just clean this area a little bit. And I changed the rear glass area because it was kind of interesting, but it's not what I wanted. So I just wanted to make it more smooth glass area on the back. And then I just blocked the wheels, and I wanted them also be more sketchy. So I just quickly did some 5 spokes wheels with the brush tool. Then I added my lights on a separate layer. Then I just removed this flying mirror here. Then I wrote here Maserati to be sure everybody sees what I see. And then I just refined a little bit further on this rear bumper area and this area because normally that was it. That was the sketch, but I decided to remove the sketch layer. These white lines, you can keep them or remove them. It's a very personal preference, but I wanted to remove it to see how it will be. And then I refined a little bit with the brushes, added a couple of them back like the exhausts, and then some color corrections. And here is the result. And I really like the result, and I really enjoy this process itself, like mixing the AI with Photoshop, with traditional designer skills like sketching itself. Mixing all of these is very impressive and very efficient process in my opinion. So if you still didn't try it, I highly recommend you to go to vizcom.ai to try it yourself for free and enjoy this creative process. And here you can see some other videos that I use AI power for my design process. See you in the next video.